A community in Cameroon is going green. In the West African country, the population is growing by 2.5% a year. This leads to severe environmental problems like deforestation, pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Joshua Konkankoh wanted to try something new. In Bafut, he founded Cameroon's first eco-village. Houses here are built with local materials like stones, mud bricks, and wood. The stoves are designed to use less firewood. To grow their food, villagers employ permaculture techniques like intercropping and fertilizing with manure. Joshua Konkankoh also plants fruit trees and medicinal trees, which one day could be a source of income. If it works out, the eco-village could show that population growth and an intact environment don't have to be a contradiction.
Do you like that? If you're also doing your bit, tell us about it. Visit our website or send us a tweet. #DoingYourBit. We share your stories.
Now that's the kind of thing that will no doubt catch on in other parts of Africa. Well, the current UN Deputy Secretary General and former Nigerian Environment Minister Amina Mohammed is also convinced that there is no shortage of green ideas and opportunities here in Africa. I met with her and talked about the challenges of her job and environmental protection in Africa just before she went up from Nigeria to the UN headquarters.
So how has it been like working in Nigeria?
Well, it's always amazing having an opportunity to be of service. And I think that what we've shown in Nigeria is that we can actually put words into action. In the case of Ogoniland, it's not just to set up an office and start spending money. It's actually to put in the governing council, to board of trustees, communicate to the communities, make it very clear that while we are saying that the oil companies will pay for the pollution and the polluter pays principle, we're also saying this is a federal government program. We want to lay a foundation that we can do the cleanup in 5 years and we can begin to restore Ogoniland over the next 20 to 25 years.
Well, in terms of awareness and all of that in Africa, how can we increase that awareness? Is it enough to just recycle? And in terms of the deserts, for instance, reclaiming the deserts, is it enough to just plant trees?
No, absolutely not. I mean, again, that's a headline. You know, waste to wealth. What do we do with plastic bags? Because we see them. But it's about behavioral change. It's about the policy environment for regulation. It's about people seeing that everyone creates waste. As a human being, you will create waste. And so how can we actually turn that into good? The solution is communities protecting their environment because they see that from that environment they gain. So don't plant a tree just for a shade or to stop the desert. Start reclaiming the desert with plantations of agro-allied products, trees that benefit, that bring revenue. That's what the Sustainable Development Agenda is about. No silos. Just how do you make the interlinkages? How do you make sure that everyone engages in a result and brings their best foot forward to making that happen? Irrigation, agriculture, science and technology.
In terms of implementation of these sustainable goals you talked about, how do you push that in the UN?
You cannot do a maternal mortality program in the southwest of this country in the same way in the northeast because the context is different already. You're struggling with, in one place, a lack of infrastructure and conflict, and in another, you may be the human resource capacity. So in both cases, you have to make the fit. And so when I go to the UN, it'll be about that, taking the strength of the individual agencies, working with governments at the state and the local government level, civil society, the private sector. It's a huge job, but you know, I think that we have enough in place to do it. Success. That's what we're looking for. That's what people are waiting for. Less grammar, more action.
You signed ECOWAS Africa into life.
Oh, right.
What would you say to us? Our 50th edition. What would you say to us?
Oh, okay, amazing. What would I say to you? I think you just have to get up and do even more, but do it with young people. I think that the substance of things has to be fact, has to be grounded in the reality. So lots more reality checks and young people.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that was all from our 50th special edition of Eco at Africa, a European and Pan-African environmental show brought to you by Deutsche Welle, Channels TV and KTN. We're glad you could join us in this edition. And until the next one, it's bye-bye from me at the Gracia Gardens in Nairobi, Kenya.
And bye-bye from me in Nigeria. If you have any stories to tell or photos to post on environmental issues, don't hesitate to send us an email or visit our social media sites. There you can also comment on our videos. See you next time. Thanks for watching the show.